Yo, what is going on, everybody? I am your host, Slackerz Gaming, bringing you the next episode in our Echo Fighter tournament. And real quick, because it is also going to be the results, and that'll be a later video today of our potential newcomer tournament, which is going to have the results from Gino and Isaac. That's a little bit later, just to let you guys know. Yeah, so first things first, got to take care of business here in the Echo Fighter tournament. And real quick, if you don't know the rules, pretty simple, 1 vote per person. Voting stays open for 1 week, and then we find out the winner and loser, well, a week after it gets uploaded, and then kind of go until there's a winner. It's a double elimination tournament, so you got to lose a total of 2 times, and then, well, then you're gone. But, yeah, so pretty much the rules. If there happens to be a tie, I'm going to flip a coin, just the best way, you know, because we had a debacle last week, and I don't want to go through that again, because that was horrible. That was horrible in the other tournament. That's just terrible. But, yeah, I'll flip a coin, and then that'll decide the winner. So, anyway, let's get to the results from this week, which was game... Oh boy, what was that? 13? No, 14? I don't know. One of the games last week, the numbers are a bit off right now, but yeah, I think game 14. It was Dry Bowser, our 8 seed. No, it was our 8 and 9 seed. Dry Bowser taking on Octolings, and this was actually a pretty good one. I honestly thought it was going to be a close one, just in terms of the voting from the previous round for both of the characters. So let's just see who wins it. Who is moving on to face Ken? It is going to be Dry Bowser, who ends up winning 41 to 33 for the number of votes. So there you go, Dry Bowser moving on. And Dry Bowser is surprising me a bit. Like there's a lot of just, I guess, support, you know, voting wise. People are behind Dry Bowser. Some people are behind him as an Echo Fighter. Some people are behind him as an alternate skin. As a Bowser fan, I'd be happy either way if that happened, but very cool to see that, you know, I thought it was just kind of like, yeah, Dry Bowser's, you know, I didn't really think he had a big fan base, but this is kind of proving me wrong. So, yeah, Octolings unfortunately got their first loss, and they just moved to the loser bracket, so they moved down to, which will be game 26. They'll be taking on Fawful. All right, so they'll be taking on, well, they'll be taking on another Mario character. From the Mario universe, I'll say. But, yeah, so that's got that. So that means we got to move on to the matchup today, which is going to be game... Alright. Matchup right here. Dragonite being an Echo Fighter of Charizard, taking on Celica, who would be an Echo Fighter of Robin. Now, how is Dragonite going to work? Well, let's talk about it. Let's bring up some pictures to look at, so you don't have to look at my face the whole time, even though it's still on the screen. But Dragonite. Alright, so a lot of people are like, why Dragonite? We don't need any more Gen 1 characters. There's other Pokemon that would definitely represent, or not represent, but better fit the Echo Fighter style of Charizard than Dragonite. A lot of people bring up Flygon. I think Dragonite still works. Dragonite might be a bit taller, but you can still kind of scale him down to Charizard size. I know Dragonite's wings, I think, are technically smaller than Charizard's, but they look... You can scale those up to, I mean, you know, scaling proportions. I know Sakurai likes to stick to, like, you know, a character's actual appearance. So, and Dragonite has the last seed in the tournament, so he just snuck in as that last kind of contender. But in terms of moves, I think for the most part, they kind of they can learn a lot of the same moves, so I can see it happening. Plus, the reason that I'd like Dragonite as an Echo Fighter for Charizard is... Okay, how do I want to put this? First of all, I think it'd be a really cool kind of... just a cool way to... I guess, because we all know Charizard's back in with the Pokemon Trainer as, you know, a 1 in 3 Pokemon. And I'm still a big fan of Charizard. You know, Charizard's one of my favorite Pokemon of all time. But I love Charizard as a solo Pokemon. Just playing as him, picking up just that one character. But now if I want to play as him, I got to go to a Pokemon Trainer and kind of rotate through him. I think that's how it works. They didn't change that, right? If you KO one Pokemon, the next one in line comes out. I think that's how it still works. I haven't really looked into Pokemon Trainer too much. But just kind of, I guess, Dragonite just... I don't know. How do I want to put this? I don't even know. Dragonite kind of just representing Charizard, you know, from a standalone point, I guess. If does that make sense? Basically, Dragonite would represent that Charizard standalone character. That's why he would be an echo of Charizard. And again, yes, Dragonite fit as an echo fighter. You can scale up and down, you know, what you need to make him fit dimension-wise and hitbox-wise. That works. The moveset, it can still pretty much be the same. You don't really need to change a whole lot. I mean, you could keep the final smash the same. I'm joking, but you know, the couple changes to the character. So yeah, you'd have to go the semi-echo route. But does Dragonite honestly have a good chance? No, I don't think he does. I don't even think Dragonite's really even considered as a character. But just my opinion, I would still love it. I really would. Dragonite's one of my absolute, you know, all-time favorite pseudo legendaries. Just so many good memories. I'm not gonna go down that path because I did that last time Dragonite had a matchup. But good memories for me. I love Dragonite as a Pokemon. One of my favorites. It'd be really cool to have a playable Dragonite. You know, I don't know. Just me. I think it'd be awesome. But we got to move on to Dragonite's opponent, Celica from Fire Emblem. Yes. The good old argument. There's already too many Fire Emblem characters in the game. You hear it anytime somebody mentions the words Fire Emblem, Smash Bros. Always pops up. And maybe for good reason, sure, I can understand it to a certain point. You know, it's still a big franchise, Fire Emblem, for Nintendo. I know that, but when you have other characters or other franchises, such as some people might not agree at like current day and age, but the Kirby series, the Donkey Kong series, that they only have just a small handful of reps, but then Fire Emblem has what, like 6 or 7 characters? What is it? Marth, Roy, Ike, Robin, Lucina, Corrin. What do they already got? 7? Yeah, maybe they're Crom. I mean, maybe they do have too much. You know, a lot of them are just generic swordsmen. You know, I guess that's an argument. But Celica would be, like I said, would be an Echo Fighter of Robin, kind of using magic a bit more. And again, I had to go by your guys' suggestions when doing this because I had Tharja originally as the Echo Fighter of Robin, but you guys said Celica can actually use 11 Sword, so that would make more sense for an Echo Fighter. So thank you for that pointer again. But I don't know, Celica, of course. I mean, what do you say? Like, I pointed this out in the last video. She was pretty much, I guess, a couple games ago. I'm pretty sure it was Brawl. She was kind of heavily speculated to be that new Fire Emblem rep, but well, Ike ended up getting that, and I was fine with it. I like Ike. I really like his playstyle. I would love Black Knight as an Echo, maybe semi-Echo of Ike. That'd be pretty cool. Separate topic. And I just came up with a Black Knight moveset today at work, so there's a video for my custom moveset eventually. But yeah, Celica back on hand here. Celica, I would, if she got in as a unique or Echo, I'd still welcome it. There's very few characters that I look at and go, no, I would not ever want that character. I'd be fine with Celica, honestly, but in terms of if Fire Emblem does get another playable rep, whether unique, whether an Echo Fighter, there's other characters in Fire Emblem I'd rather see anyway, such as Black Knight, and maybe Elderguard or the female from the Three Houses. I think that would be actually kind of cool. Could make her like an axe user, actually. I think, you know, it would set her apart from the sword users at least, you know, slightly different. Not slightly, but it would be a different moveset. I think there's better potential, you know, for, well, Black Knight or maybe Elderguard. I don't know how to pronounce it, I'm sorry, but I think Three Houses rep or Black Knight as an Echo makes sense to me, and that's who I'd rather personally see if Fire Emblem gets a new character. So I guess in this matchup, even though I think Celica definitely has the better chance, my vote's gonna go Dragonite. I think Dragonite would be cooler to see, just kind of, you know, representing that solo Charizard. You know, that would be kind of cool to see. So, yeah, I'm voting Charizard. So that's, yeah, that's what I'm voting Charizard. Well, kind of. I'm voting Charizard. I'm voting Dragonite. So let me know who you got. Do you got Dragonite? Or do you have Celica? I think you'll probably vote... Most of you will probably vote Celica. Again, I would think Celica has the better chance, honestly, but my vote's Dragonite. That's how you vote. Vote for who you would rather see. And just in terms of I'd rather see a different Fire Emblem rep than Celica, by default, I'm going Dragonite. So yeah, that's who I got. Let me know down in the comments who you got. And remember, like I said at the beginning of the video, a few hours after this, we will have our potential newcomer tournament with the winner of Gino and Isaac. Pretty sure they're taking on Bandana Waddle Dee. Gonna be a big matchup. And then the winner of that will... I'll get into that for that video. But anyway, that is going to be it for this one. Hopefully you guys enjoyed as usual, and hopefully we catch you guys on the next upload. Peace out, everybody.